What's up, everybody? We're back again for some more One Piece action. Today we got One Piece chapter 1072. Man, it feels like it's been forever since we had some One Piece content. That 2 week break definitely seemed like an eternity, but it's finally time for new chapters. Let's jump right in. So we got The Weight of Memory. Okay, what do we got? So it looks like we got some more Mads going on the cover page. It says Journal Double Six's Cold Blooded Voyage, Volume 28. Mass producing deadly weapons. Okay, and then it looks like we got Caesar with, I don't know which devil fruit that is, or if that's like their attempt at an artificial devil fruit. But we got Queen over there. Okay, so everything's looking pretty cool. But let's jump right into the chapter. All right, you guys thinking we're gonna see Garp and Blackbeard clash? Or are we gonna see Luffy and Cipher Pol kind of go at it? Or are we gonna go back to Elbaf and see where Kid's at? What are you guys feeling? All right, let me know. All right, it says a remarkable step. Even if the world does not accept how she came to be, the girl is unmistakably human. It was a success. I bear witness to this achievement, and I maintain that this is a huge step towards world peace. What? All right, so we got Egghead in the, kind of in silhouette over here, and they're talking about this girl being made into a success. But what are they talking about? All right, so we see. Is this how Bonnie was created? Oh, wait, okay, hold on, because we got this little girl crying on the floor right here. And it says, Dr. Vegapunk, Chief of Mads, the Laboratory of Peace. And then we see, okay, so the little girl's crying. She's like, it hurts. I think I broke something. And then we see her crying. All right, what do we got next? And, okay, so we see Vegapunk over there. He's looking on. He's like, Bonnie. He's like, dear me, are you all right? Medics, look alive. Hurry, Bonnie's been injured. And then we see Bonnie. She's like, haha, faking it. She got a little glint in her eye going on right there as Vegapunk's coming in. So she about to whoop that ass. All right. And then we see, okay, Bonnie's getting up right there. And then Vegapunk looks like he's starting to realize it. And then Bonnie is turning around. She got a big old pipe in her hand. And she's like, distorted future. And she's massive right there. And we see Vegapunk jumping for his life in the panel. And then it like shines up on Bonnie's face. And she just looks pissed right now. And she just takes a big old swing and kind of misses right over the top of his head. And we just see Vegapunk, he's just diving out of the way, trying to run for his life. And then, okay, yep, he's literally running. He's like, Bonnie, stop this. Even if you kill me. And then, oh, she's starting to attack again, timely. And then thrust, so she just hits him kind of like with the staff right in the middle of his back right there. And his tongue just comes shooting out even more. All right, what do we got right here? And then all of a sudden, okay, something went pop. And then what the hell is this? There's stuff like popping out of Vegapunk. Oh, she turned Vegapunk into like a little kid right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so Bonnie's kind of looking at him. And now she's just got him kind of pinned down. You know, he's in this little kid form right here. And Bonnie's back to her normal size. And then he's like, dang nabbit. I suppose those shiny doodads are a manifestation of the years I just lost. Okay, what do we got? So he's like, you've turned me into a helpless child. Give me back my golden years. And then Bonnie picks him up. She's like, calm down. My power doesn't last forever on living things. All right, looks like Bonnie wants some answers. She's like, you said you had a reason. Well, you better start talking. Why the hell did you kill my father? All right, so she's considering since, he said that he can't turn Kuma back to the way he was. That's just, he's dead. You killed my father now. That's the only way I'm going to look at this. But then he's like, Bonnie, if I tell you... Okay, so what's he got to say? And then, okay, no, we're cutting right back over to the red port. So we're going to go see what Kuma is up to, what's going on with his programming. Where exactly is he going? Was he malfunctioning? Is that why he slammed into the red port? Because, we kind of assume maybe he'd be heading, to Egghead Island or something to, either help Bonnie, Vegapunk, or being summoned by, Cipher Pol when they gave the commands to the Seraphims and the Pacifistas. But let's see what we got. And it says, looks like Kuma's trying to climb the red line. Okay, so we see Kuma, it looks like he's about halfway up in the panel. He's climbing up there. See everyone in the town is kind of just like looking on like, huh? They're like, there's no way he'll make it all the way to the top. All right, so he's going Fisher Tiger right now. He's like, if I divulge the reason, it would only serve to hurt you. And then, okay, so I'm guessing this is, Vegapunk is saying this. But we see Kuma, his hands are crunching into the red line. Huh? And he says, that's why I can't. He says, I promise, Kuma, that I would keep his secret from you no matter what. Okay, so the reason that he won't tell Bonnie isn't because he's afraid of what she'll do or how she'll react. It's because he made a promise to Kuma before he, did whatever surgery he did to turn him into this, that he would protect the reason why he did it specifically from Bonnie. All right, so does it have something to do with saving Bonnie? That's his child, so he wanted to protect her. What are you guys thinking? All right, so then we see Bonnie. She's holding him up. She's got Vegapunk pinned up against a machine right here, and she's like, "You're saying you can't tell me why you had to kill my dad? Do I look like I was born yesterday? Stop screwing around." All right, her inner pirate is coming out right now. She's like, "Yo, don't mess with me. I'm still a pirate." He's like, "I'm not trying to pull a fast one here. You've got to believe me." All right, and it's just funny because he's still in his little chibi form, in his young child form. He's like, nobody made the decision for him. Kuma chose that fate for himself. Okay, so we're finding out this is all Kuma's decision to become the pacifista, to become a human weapon. This was all his decision. Vegapunk didn't convince him, didn't make the decision for him. And then we see Bonnie. She's like, "No, you're a liar. Dad would never choose to die and abandon me. I'll kill you." And then we see Vegapunk. He's like, "It's been hard on me too. I wish I could forget the whole ordeal." All right, what are you guys thinking is the reason Kuma, agreed to this? Is it in order to gain, the type of power that they would need to fight against the world government eventually? And this was kind of the only way they could, guarantee get their hands on it? Or is there something deeper that we don't really necessarily know about yet? Maybe something to do with, Im-sama and, the powers that he wields or potentially wields that we've seen? Or, what are you guys thinking is going on with this? He's like, Kuma's an incredible man. I've always been proud to call him my close friend. Bonnie, please understand, I can't say anything more on the matter. All right, so are we gonna, get Vegapunk revealing this information to maybe somebody else? Maybe to Vegapunk or, to the Straw Hats eventually? I mean, somehow we gotta get this information. Or is Bonnie literally just gonna find a way to beat it out of Vegapunk right now? And Bonnie just, she slams Vegapunk on the ground. She's like, "Spit it out. I'm not gonna blindly swallow your half-ass excuses." And he's like, this is child abuse. Abusing a child. And then all of a sudden we see beep, 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 beep. So something's going off right now. Some machine or something, alarm is going off. And then we see Bonnie turn her head to look and see what it is. And then whatever it is, Vegapunk's eyes kind of start bulging. He's like, "Huh?" And then he's like, wait, Bonnie. Bonnie starts to walk over towards whatever the beeping noise was. And he's like, "Pay no attention to what's over there. It's got nothing to do with Kuma, you hear?" All right, so obviously it's got something to do with Kuma probably, right? Okay, it says keep out. That's obviously a lie. Oh, and looks like the pawpaw fruit on it right there. And then we see Bonnie. It looks like she's throwing a lever or something to open the door. And then it says oil breakdown. And then what do we got? It says Bonnie and the door is opening. We see Bonnie getting ready to walk in. What is she about to find in here? Oh, damn. Okay, it looks like a giant, paw bubble that Kuma, makes when he gets all the pain and he starts to condense down, but it's still in its massive form right here. Or is this a huge bubble that Kuma created that even when he condenses it down, it's still, this huge massive form? And then we see Bonnie, she clearly it looks like she recognizes what this is. She recognizes her father's powers, right? And then she's just staring at him. We see Vegapunk kind of crawling over there. He got his ass whooped in his little child form, so he's a little messed up right now. And then, their memories. I didn't even think about Kuma being able to condense. If he can condense and push a person's pain out, I guess it makes sense, One Piece sense, that he could push out his memories and condense them and keep them consolidated. And then we see, we're going in a flashback before Kuma had the surgery, and it's Kuma and Vegapunk, and it says, "That's right, a scientist out in the West Blue once postulated that a person loses 21 grams of mass upon death, and that could be considered the weight of their soul. If nothing else, such a link would prove that the soul does in fact exist. Fascinating, isn't it? All right, so maybe they're kind of discussing, the ramifications of, what Kuma's surgery is about to do to him. Is he going to be dead? Are they going to notice, that 21-gram loss, which is essentially his soul, what makes him human, leaving his body? And, that's a kind of interesting that we're touching kind of upon that aspect of death in One Piece, but I like it. And then it says, and your power can take something intangible like pain and give it a physical form. Not only that, but you can even transfer it to others. See Kuma, he's just kind of sitting there waiting. He's like, a total wireless transmission of nerve signals. So, okay, so this makes sense why Vegapunk is kind of, interested in this, because, his whole thing is about gaining all this knowledge and finding a way to, push it out to the rest of the world in order to kind of bring about world peace and end war and stuff like that, if we're all on the same page and working together. And Kuma's Kuma's powers literally have that ability. It would just be kind of figuring out how to do it on a grand scale, or perfect the method of passing on the knowledge and the emotions and everything like that. He's like, so I'm wondering if that same logic can be applied to other nervous signals. Can we determine whether things like imagination and memories have mass and volume as well? So you want me to pull out my own memories and show you? All right, so he's being pretty cavalier and helping out Vegapunk. Like, oh, you just want me to pull out my memories and see if there's a weight loss? Like, it's pretty ballsy right there. And then Kuma's like, that's far too personal. We see Vegapunk, he's like, please, 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 it will help me advance science. Nobody else would see them, I promise. No, please, I'm begging you. No. And then what do we got? Okay, we see Bonnie, and we see Vegapunk yelling at Bonnie. He's like, don't touch that, Bonnie. I'm sure you're familiar with Kuma's powers. There's nothing there but pain. All right, is he trying to say that it's pain in order to dissuade her? Or does he, say it in the sense that he knows seeing Kuma's memories will be extremely painful for her, knowing that her father can never go back that way? And then he's like, it's more than enough to kill someone. And she's like, no. And then we cut away from it. So I feel like Bonnie recognizes that that's not pain that is, in her father's power right there. That it's something else. She can sense that it's something else. But then what do we got right here? Okay, I think we're going back to G14. So we're going back to the current time. It says, shoot him down. Don't let him get to Mary Joie. I know my father's ability. Direct hit. We see Kuma getting blasted off the red line right there. And she's like, I know my father's ability all too well. And then what do we got? Okay, so we see the Marines. It looks like they're rushing over to wherever Kuma fell off the red line. They're trying to capture him right now. And it says, make sure you finish him off. He's still alive. And then we see Kuma. He's all beaten up and bloodied. But it looks like he's getting ready to mess some people up. He's got his arms outstretched right there. The Marines are evacuating all the civilians. It's about to go down. It's about to be a battle right here. And then she's like, his memories are here, aren't they? And, she just has this real somber look on her face. Bonnie does. And then it cuts back over to Kuma. And he's got this, pain grimace on his face. But he's looking up to Mary Joie. So I wonder what's going on or what's going through his head. And then we see, okay, we're cutting back to the Egghead Labostratum. What do we got going on over here? Okay, so we're going back inside. We're checking in with Nami and everybody. And then they're like, what? Rob Lucci really made it all the way up here? He's like, my apologies. The system malfunctioned. All right. It's a good thing Zoro and Brooke stayed on the ship. There's no way they'd lose. Even if it's 2 against 3, they'll figure something out. All right, so we're seeing the crew's got a lot of faith in Zoro and Brooke, especially after the events of Whole Cake Island and Wano. You definitely got to have some faith in Brooke and Zoro, considering both of them clashed with Yonko themselves and are still alive to tell the tale. So, they're pretty strong. And, of course, my boy Zoro, number 2 in the crew, he's a beast. Anyways, okay, now we're going back. So Vegapunk, the number 1, he says, no, look again. The battle is far more lopsided than you think. And then we see Usopp. He's like, what? He's freaking out. Oh, damn. Okay, that's what he means by lopsided. So not only is it Lucci and Kaku, but we got Stussy and all the Seraphims, which the Vegapunks are no longer able to control. And then they're like, those Seraphim things are there too. And then we see, okay, so we got 4 Seraphims. We got Jinbei, Kuma, Boa and Mihawk Seraphims right there. He's like, it's 2 against 7 now, and they're up against the best of the best. And then we see Usopp. He's like, damn it, they called him back up while the barrier was down. No, I doubt CP0 ordered them directly. Alright, so what the hell's going on? You know, the whole thing was CP0 was trying to eliminate Sentomaru in order to gain control, but then who's issuing the orders, or who has, you know, enough real-time information on the situation to be ordering them if it's not CP0? He's like, the Seraphim are able to assess combat situations, and they're equipped with some limited decision-making capabilities of their own. Okay, so at least we got a little explanation of what's going on. And then we see Sanji, he's like, so they chose to capitalize on the barrier going down. And then we see Lucci and Stussy, they're looking at them and they're like, we didn't order them to come. It's not like we can make them go back now. The dome is operational again. So Stussy's kind of like, well, you know, they're already here and the dome's, the dome's back up and running, so we can't send them away. And then we go back inside and it's like, the enemy has made a serious miscalculation. Now that they're up here, we can turn the Seraphim back to our side, since we're higher in the command hierarchy. All right, so we got 5 elders. You know, we're getting a replay of what the order is. So it's the Gorosei, Vegapunk, Sentomaru, and then what do we got? CP0 for the authority chip holders. And then it says that's assuming we get there in time to holler our orders at them. Till then, we're still a huge threat. Be back, lickety split. So we see 2 of them running off over there. Hopefully those 2 can hang in there. And then, okay, they're running over there. And then we see, I'll leave it to you 2 then, Edison, Lilith. All right, so Edison and Lilith were the ones that went and ran off. And then we see Lilith, she's snapping back at him. She's like, get off your damn high horse, stop ordering me around. And then we see Sanji thinking to himself, he's like, to think Mosshead would croak right when the One Piece is in our sight. So he's like, oh, poor Marimo, he's about to die. He's taking on CP0 and all the Seraphim. Then we see Nami getting pissed. She's like, you go too, damn it. This threat affects the whole crew. And then we see, okay, he's all happy. He's like, sure, Nami Swan ordered me. Nami's orders are absolute for the Miraphim. So he's like referring to himself like a Seraphim. Still, why do I have to save him, of all people? And then we see Frankie in the background. He's like, don't screw around, Swirlafim. This is serious. And then, okay, we're cutting back outside to the Sunny, and we got Brook and Zoro right there. And they're like, what the devil is he supposed to be? Well, he's meant to be a giraffe, but he seems a little different from what I remember. All right, so it looks like they're getting ready to challenge Kaku, who's gone into maybe his hybrid form or something. Not that it matters. He's going to wind up a diced up corpse either way. And then we see Kaku looking on. He's kind of got his giraffe face right there, and he's like, that's if you can cut me, Roro. And then it says, look after the ship, Brook. And then we see Brooks, he's just like, got it. And we see Zoro getting ready. And all of a sudden, it looks like Kaku launches a massive attack. So I'm going to say that Kaku is awakened, judging by the blackness of his fur, kind of like how when we saw Lucci. And it said that was his awakened form. So we got the awakened giraffe form right here. And, you know, he's hitting Zoro pretty good right there. And then we see Giraffe Man Gyro. So, you know, he's got this long-ass neck. And then we see Zoro in the next panel. You know, he's blocking the attack. He's like, I had my fill fighting critters with zigzagging attacks back in Wano. So, you know, referring back to King and, you know, how he was darting all over the place and, you know, wouldn't just attack head on. And then we just see Zoro just smash Kaku down. He's like, I'm tired of it, damn it. And then we see, okay, so Lucci seeing it, I think he's ordering, he's like, Seraphim, quickly, before Vegapunk gets here, destroy the Labostratum. Alright, so he probably realizes that since the Seraphims are up there, the Vegapunks are probably going to try to take them back under their control since they're higher in the chain of command. So he's like, destroy it before they get here. And then they're like, oh, this is bad. They're going to annihilate the lab. And we see Nami and Usopp. They're like, oh my god, we're going to die. And then, okay, it looks like the Seraphims are getting ready to attack. We got Mihawk and Kuma Seraphim looking like they're getting ready. And then all of a sudden, it looks like all 4 of them are just firing off. And you just see the smoke cloud. They're firing right at the lab. And then we see Nami and Usopp running away from the explosion. And then we're going back to Kaku. He's like, they sure know how to razzle dazzle. They're basically doing our job for us. And then all of a sudden, chomp. Huh? What the hell? Wait, what? So it looks like Lilith, I think, bit Kaku on the neck. And then all of a sudden, you just see Kaku just go down. Like, what the hell's going on? And Lucci's just like, what's going on? Oh, no, it's Stussy. That's who it is. And then she's like, what are you doing, Stussy? No, is that who Vegapunk called? Was he calling Stussy? Did he contact her? He's like, who, me? I'm just putting him to sleep. And then it says, clone of Miss Buckingham Stussy of the Rocks Pirate. Damn, Stussy was on the Rocks Pirates. Would you please join him, Lucci? I think it's time for your catnap too. Mad's first successful clone. Unit 1, Stussy. A mysterious smirk. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of fire. So this is a clone of Stussy. And, you know, we saw that silhouette in the cover page when they kind of first introduced Mads. So I'm guessing that's the original Stussy, Miss Buckingham Stussy that was part of the Rocks Pirates. Like, okay, we're getting more tie-ins, bringing in Mads, bringing in the Rocks Pirates a little bit more. Kind of, you know, figuring out the crew and the setup and kind of what they did and their impact on the current storyline. So I'm definitely digging it. I'm a little bummed we didn't get to see, you know, any of Garp making his move towards Blackbeard or, you know, Kid and Killer kind of landing on Elbaf and seeing kind of who they encounter first. But to see that Stussy is over here taking out Kaku and, you know, about to take out Lucci, she's definitely kind of been a wild card since, what was it, Whole Cake Island when we first got introduced to her. She didn't exactly seem to fit, you know, going with the world government and doing everything that they want. She kind of seemed like she's one to kind of do things on her own way. And now it's starting to make a little more sense if she's a clone. But, yeah, so I'm pretty sure this confirms that this is who Vegapunk contacted when he made that call to ask for help. But, what do you guys think? Was he contacting the clone or was he contacting the original? And the original has power over the clone, or what's going on? Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section. Definitely glad we are back from break and had some One Piece action. Definitely some theories to work out about this chapter and coming up and what we got, you know, coming out this year. But yeah, other than that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and have a wonderful day.